Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
This is 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
Good evening, I'm James Schaefer. Thanks for joining us on 7 at 7. In top story sponsored by Nevada Hand Silver Sky Assisted Living Community. Learn more at nevadahand.org. The victim in an unsolved slaying from 1980 now has a name. Police have identified the victim as 17-year-old Tammy Corrine Terrell. She was last seen in Roswell, New Mexico, roughly a week before her body was found near Arroyo Grande Parkway and Lake Mead Boulevard. John Williams, the initial detective in the case, says the slaying stuck with him even after he retired.
I knew that we would find out who she is, and then now someone will find out who did it.
Anyone with information about the slaying is urged to contact Henderson Police. In homicide, detectives are re-examining a housekeeper's death at a hotel on the Strip. According to the Clark County Coroner's Office, the cause of death is still pending for 61-year-old Basilisa Smith. She was found unresponsive at a hotel room inside Bally's on Sunday. Police originally reported her death as not suspicious, but say new info prompted them to re-examine the case. A troubling trend in central Las Vegas. Vacant buildings are catching fire. Here's video from the latest blaze today in a vacant commercial building in Paradise. Residents say the frequency of the fires is cause for concern.
Unfortunately, we watch this happen all too often. We've seen at least 4 fires in the last month, this being the largest one. I do believe it may be vagrants who are trying to stay warm.
A fire department spokesperson said the city is working to tear down vacant buildings in the area. In business, sponsored by Bank of Nevada, Bank on Accountability, another legal issue for Tony Hsieh's estate as a Utah company files a $19 million claim. The dispute involves a film studio space that the former Zappos leader rented in Park City.
Tony Hsieh's company rented a space from the film studio shortly before he passed away. And in order to rent out that space from the Utah Film Studio, the studio ended its lease early with Yellowstone, which is a Paramount production company.
More than $150 million of claims have been filed against Hsieh's estate. In health, sponsored by Forum Dental, love your smile again. A Las Vegas jury finds one of the nation's largest health insurers underpaid emergency medical providers. 3 affiliates of the Nevada company Team Health will get more than $2 million in damages from the defendants, including United Healthcare Insurance. Plus, UFC President Dana White is in quarantine in Las Vegas after a Thanksgiving trip to his vacation home in Maine. He reportedly lost his sense of smell, then tested positive for COVID, a breakthrough case as he was fully vaccinated. However, White says he feels great and is still working out regularly. In entertainment, sponsored by DiscoveryNevada.com, brought to you by Travel Nevada. Carlos Santana's shows in Las Vegas hit a, quote, speed bump. Review Journal's John Katsametis explains why.
Rock legend Carlos Santana has been forced to cancel 7 dates at House of Blues at Mandalay Bay because of a health scare. Carlos said on YouTube that he was experiencing some chest discomfort last Saturday. His wife, Cindy Blackman Santana, took him to the hospital and he was ordered to have this taken care of. So he's having it taken care of. He can't be on stage in his mind until he can play 150%. So those shows have been canceled. He'll be back on stage on January 26th.
In weather, sponsored by 1 Hour Air, no matter the season, no matter the reason, 1 Hour is here for you. What a warm autumn season so far. The National Weather Service reports this past month was actually the warmest November ever recorded in Las Vegas history, with an average temperature of 63.4 degrees, topping the previous record of 62.8 set in 2017. Now to your forecast. Those daytime cloudy skies will be sticking with us overnight, hanging around the 50s for our overnight into our morning hours. For the rest of your week, medium cloud coverage will make for partly cloudy skies. Highs for your weekend getting as high as 73. Looking ahead to next week, the low 40s will be creeping in, possibly making a run for a low in the 30s next week, which means it's almost time to turn on the heater if you haven't done so already.
Sports, sponsored by Station Casinos, STN Sports. Download the app and get a bonus up to $100 when you sign up. For the first time this season, the Golden Knights allowed 4 goals in a single period as Anaheim took a 4-2 lead in the second period of Wednesday's game, resulting in a 6-5 loss to the Ducks on the road. And UNLV missed 24 of its first 33 shots in Dallas, resulting in an 83-64 loss against SMU. Royce Ham led the Rebels with 13 points and 10 rebounds. Sports betting, sponsored by Las Vegas Paiute Tribal Smoke and Cigar Shop. Utah is a 3-point favorite over Oregon at Circus Sports in Friday's Pac-12 title game at Allegiant Stadium. The total is 58. In Friday's Conference USA Championship, Western Kentucky is a 3.5-point favorite over Texas San Antonio, and the total is 72.5. For more picks and analysis of Conference Championship weekend, read Todd Dewey's column at ReviewJournal.com.
In Lifestyle, sponsored by Glittering Lights at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Did you know Lake Mead was the 5th most popular national park site last year? As Review Journal's Renee Summerhour tells us, with that comes the increased need of game wardens. Renee?
With thousands of square miles to patrol on land and in the lake, Nevada game wardens say they have to stay consistently vigilant. With more than 8 million visitors, they are ultimately responsible for enforcing boat laws. Now, the Department of Wildlife's Division of Law Enforcement has only 31 Nevada game wardens responsible for patrolling about 110,000 square miles. They look for boating violations like people operating boats while intoxicated, abandoned crafts, boat accidents, and rescues.
And just kind of monitoring what they're doing. Obviously, we can't just stop them randomly unless we actually have a checkpoint set up. So we're looking for an actual violation.
They also handle about 20 to 30 cases a year involving poaching and illegal trapping. Officials say it's impossible to monitor all of Nevada's vast wilderness and that most investigations begin with information they receive from civilians.
Thank you for watching 7 at 7. If you have Amazon Fire TV, just search Review Journal to download our channel. Watch Las Vegas breaking news streaming live on your OTT device. We'll see you back here tomorrow for more 7 at 7.
Review Journal Studio, sponsored by Adam Kuttner. Get the maximum settlement as quickly as possible. This 7 at 7 update, sponsored by Pro Group Management. You're watching 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review Journal.